Welcome back to the Monsoon Blitzball League. We have Game 5 with the Bombers versus Mallards, and here's the bat toss.
We'll take home.
Bombers are home. All right, we're here with the team captain of the Bombers, Evan. Well, what do you have to say about going up against your former teammate Lane of the 2023 season, and what's your overall mindset coming into the game?
I think it should be a pretty good game. It'll be my first time ever going up against Lane. We were teammates in the 2023 season, but as far as the game plan, I think we're going to try to throw strikes early and try to hit the ball. I think we'll be able to hit the ball today, but if we can hit the ball pretty good and then throw out the strikes, I think we'll get it.
All right, Lane, coming off that loss to the Aztecs, what's your mindset coming into this game? You know it'd be a big to get a win here. What's your mindset coming into the game?
I think we all feel pretty good today. I think we're going to try to pitch good enough to keep us in the game and then just trust our bats to win it, hopefully. We just got to hit the ball better today, and I think we'll have a good chance.
All right, awesome. On to the next part of the video. Oh, my gosh. All right, welcome back. We have an absolutely electric matchup today with the Bombers versus the Mallards. Two evenly matched teams today. All right, we got Coda leading off today. In there for strike one. The 2-2 pitch to Dakota. Knuckleball outside for strike three. Sits Dakota down for the first out of the inning. And Lane Nisley is up to the plate. 2-0 pitch to Lane. In there for strike one. 4-1 pitch to Lane. In there for strike two. 4-2 pitch to Lane. Strike three. Fastball, top of the zone. Sits down Lane for the second out of the inning. Third batter for the Mallards steps in. Russell delivers a nasty curveball for strike one. All right, we got a full count here. Jamal at the plate. 2 outs. Gets the top of the zone for out number 3. Russell has a perfect inning. Strikes out all 3 of the Mallards batters. Bombers gonna ask for a better start. All right, we got Lane on the mound for the Mallards. Evan, leadoff batter. 1-0 pitch to Evan. In there for strike one. Full count pitch to Evan. And they get a runner on. Evan forces a walk there. All right, we got Russell in there for the second batter. 2-1. Gets in there for strike two. 3-2 pitch to Russell. In there for strike three. That's big for Lane to get that first out of the inning. And we got Calvin as the third batter for the Bombers. 1-2 pitch for Calvin. In there for strike three. Delivers a nasty screwball for the second out of the inning. 3-1 pitch to Evan. Oh! Foul ball. 3-2 pitch to Evan. 2 outs. Strike three. That was big for Lane. Sit Evan down for the third out of the inning. Still 0-0 going into the top of the second. All right, we got Evan coming in to relieve Russell. 5-1 count to Dakota. Strike two. A 78. 5-2 pitch. Knuckleball. Outside for leadoff walk. Got some shade over the batter's box. Strike one. Full count to Lane. Just misses. And the Mallards have 2 guys on with no outs. 3-0 pitch to Jamal with 0 outs and 2 guys on. Evan delivers a strike right at the bottom of the zone. Good pitch from Evan. On his way with the knuckleball. Almost lands it. Hit 128 with the knuckleball. All right, we got a 5-2 pitch coming up. Big opportunity for the Mallards. Evan delivers a strike throw to put away Jamal for the first out of the inning. That was big for the Bombers. Evan, knuckleball. Oh, up to Evan. Misses it. Calvin goes, and Evan drops it. Oh, they are safe all the way around. Couple errors from the Bombers there. And Dakota has himself a hit. All right, we got Lane up with bases loaded. Only one out. Evan puts a strike in there though. 5-2, bases loaded, one out. And Lane holds back. The Mallards take a 1-0 lead. All right, Jamal up with bases loaded. Strike to Jamal. Was that? Evan hits 80. That's actually crazy. Evan coming back with the curveball, and he lands it too. Evan about to make quick work with Jamal here. Going to the knuckleball. Insane combo, Evan. 3 straight pitches to Jamal. Absolutely disgusting work from Evan. All right, Evan coming off that at bat. Oh, Coda hits it up the middle to Russell, bobbles it, makes the out for the 3rd out of the inning. That was big for the Bombers to only get out of it, and with only letting up 1 run there, leaving 3 men on base. Dakota coming in, bottom of the 2nd to relieve Lane. All right, we got Russell stepping in to lead off the bottom of the 2nd here. First pitch to him. Lands for strike 1. Full count to Russell. Walks him. All right, Calvin. 1-0 pitch to him. Lands for strike 1. 1-1 pitch. Lands for strike 2. 3-2 pitch to Calvin. Gets him for strike 3. Mallards get their first out of the inning. 2-2 pitch to Evan. On the ground. Hit to first base. Jamal fields it. Can't quite make the throw to Dakota. Russell's going 3. He slides. Hey, Russell says he's safe. Lane says he's out. We may have to go to the booth review on this one. All right, after review, the decision was decided to make him safe.
Let's go.
Russell safe at 3rd. 1-1 pitch to Russell. Knuckleball lands it for strike 2. Go to head in the count early. It's up. It's going. It's not. And Jamal makes the catch. Evan tags up though. And Calvin's tagging as well, going to 2nd. And Russell has a sac fly.
Yeah, he was in.
To tie the game. All right, 2-0 pitch to Calvin. Strike, hit up to Jamal, fields it, makes the play at first. Calvin's out at first. And we have a pitching change with Russell coming in. Try to close out the top of the 3rd. All right, 1-2 pitch to Lane. Strike 3. Sits Lane down for the first out of the inning. All right, 5-0 pitch to Jamal. Jamal gets on first base for the first base runner of the inning. All right, we got a 2-0 pitch to Dakota. Known to be aggressive early in the bat. Leaves the low one though for strike 1. 4-2 pitch. Big pitch here. Gets him! Has Coda on the ground for the 3rd strike. For the 2nd out of the inning, Russell delivers an absolute nasty pitch. 2-0 pitch to Lane. On its way. And that one's up. That one is gone.
Here comes the 2-1. Slider hit deep. Lane takes him yard. Lane clutches up, gives the Mallards a 3-1 lead. What a hit by Lane off the slider. That's huge.
Lane hits a 2-run shot in the top of the 3rd. That is big for the Mallards. Lane comes in clutch. Gets his first home run of the season. That is big for the Mallards. Put him up with a 2-run lead. All right, the Mallards go up 3-1 against the Bombers here. Russell delivers a nasty knuckleball. All right, 3-2 pitch. 3-2 pitch to Jamal. Screwball gets the third out of the inning. Not before the Mallards take advantage and go up 3-1. Going into the bottom of the third. All right, Mallards with a 3-1 lead here, bottom of the third. And Evan, it's up. The park's gonna hold it. Lands. Evan gets down for base hit for Evan. 1-1 pitch to Russell. Swings. All right, the Bombers have a guy on first. Could tie it up here. One swing of the bat. Gets in there though for strike 3 to Russell. 2-2 pitch to Calvin. Big moment here. Hits it. Past Dakota. That one gets past. Evans thinking about going for third. Holds up at second though. Calvin with big moment there. Got a hit in. Gets himself into a 3-0 count. Evan takes a massive hack. He is swinging for the fences here. 3-2 pitch here. This is a big at bat here for the Bombers. Lane sits him down though. Second out of the inning. All right, this is a big moment in the game here. Bombers are down to their final out. Guys on first and second. Homer walks it off for the Bombers. Strikeout leads to a Mallards win. All right, 3-0 pitch. Russell, that's up. It's a pop-up. That's the foul ball. Can't imagine how Russell feels in this moment here. A lot of pressure on his shoulders. Swing for strike 2. Bombers are down to their last strike. 3-2 pitch here. On its way. Lays off it. 4-2. Pitch. That one's up. Pop up to Lane. Can he secure it? And he does. And the Mallards have closed it out to get their first win of the season. What a big moment there for Lane. Can close the inning. Mallards get their first win of the season against the Bombers. Lane comes in clutch there. Shuts the Bombers down, holds them to zero runs there. What a game from the Mallards. All right, we're here with Lane. Lane, coming into the bottom of the third there, you have a guy on first and second. What are you thinking up there on the mound in that situation? You know, big moment, high stakes, Homer wins it. What are you thinking up there on the mound?
With Evan, I was just trying to be a little careful because he did just last at bat. He was like 5 feet away from hitting a homer, so I was trying to be careful, and he helped me out and expanded, and it helped me out a lot, and I got him. So,
yeah. And what do you think about? Crap. Cut that there. And Lane, how does it feel to get your first win as a Mallard? You know, coming off that first season loss. You know, just how does it feel bouncing back?
It feels pretty good. We played good as a team today, and we pitched really good, and we hit good enough to win. That was our strategy, and it worked out, so I'm happy with how we played today.
Yep. Look out for the Mallards. All right, we're here with the team captain of the Bombers, Evan. You know, had a tough loss. You had some momentum there in the bottom of the third. Yeah, what's your mindset after that loss?
It was a tough loss. We didn't hit the ball exactly as we wanted to. We did hit the ball better than we did last game, but not as good as we wanted to. But I walked the bases loaded the first, second inning, and had some momentum going. Russell got robbed of a home run in the second inning, I think. I was right there at a home run, but came up close, very close, but just not quite enough. So, but going into the future, I think we got a good shot at it. So, we'll see how things turns out.
All righty.